Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, January 24th, 2025. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Friday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. The previous session, we were looking for any pullback to be defended for a push to the upside on the low end of the range, a 50-point day. On the high end of the range, somewhere between 80 and 100 points. We got right above 50 points yesterday, about 52.5 points here, but fell just shy of reaching the key range high. The key range high 61.6375. Again, that key range high is also the previous quarter's high, previous month's high, and the previous year's high, and it's the all-time high. So that's a level right now that the market continues to work toward. Once the market does reach that high, how is the market going to respond here? That's the big question here. If we come into this high and push beyond it, say we reach 6,200 here, are we going to develop a higher high rejection that sends prices back within the range below? Large trading range developing here at these levels here, call it 5,800 up to about 6,200. And that's a 400-point market structure level, which is what the ES has traded within for multiple years now. 400-point market structure levels. We started way down here at probably 3,600, 36 plus 4 up to 4,000, up to all the way up as well. So for the most part, this market right now is still stuck within that 400-point range, but it's moved very nicely to the upside, to the upper end. So that's going to be the level here. Once we do see a new high hit, does a new strong high develop after that? A higher high rejection would send prices back to 6,000 below, and maybe across the range to 5,800, where we could see this thing rotate back up within the larger trading range that's been developing. So something to keep an eye on here. This morning, we're starting to see a little bit of weakness off the previous session's close. Prices need above 61.50 in order to open up the upside today. Looking at the NQ here, NQ 23% of ADR right now, super narrow range. The ES is at 22% of ADR. So these markets trading very narrow ahead of the RTH open. And we continue to see strength overall from that strong Monday low a couple of Mondays back. This market also continues to work higher toward its key range high. That's going to be 22,450 up above. But at the moment, 22,100 is a clear area of resistance in the near term. Still a very clear bullish short-term trend. Any pullback could still be a buying opportunity for a continuation higher. This market needs above 22,050 in order to begin opening up the upside as well on an intraday basis. Like the ES, once we do get to these areas or these levels up here, do we then see a reversal back within the range below? Something to keep an eye on down the road. Looking at crude oil, right now crude oil up 0.4%. The previous session, selling pressure came about here, especially on a push through the 75 level. 75 was clear early support, broke through that level at right around the time President Trump began speaking here, and that opened up a 1-point drop into the 74s here. We're now seeing a reversal off 74s. Today's low 74.01. We're seeing a thrust reversal signal develop here and price returning back to the previous session's midpoint. Still a very clear downtrend that has not given up just yet. We've been watching for signs of a strong low, and perhaps this is the strong low that we need. If prices can push through the previous session's midpoint, right around 75.10 or so, that can open up a potential outside day up into the 76s. And that could turn things around for a rotation again back toward 80 up above. All right, let's take a look here at gold futures. Gold right now up 1% at the moment. This one continues to show quite a bit of strength. We talked about this one working its way toward 2,800 on a near-term rotation, but after breaking out through the large triangular pattern, we were looking for a move to 3,000 plus. There's the triangle pattern right here. Nice breakout through the upper boundary of that range here. 3 great strong pivots on the extremes here, and we got a breakout, a retest, and continuation. Failed new lows along the way as well. Multiple failed new lows along the way, and very, very bullish start for the day here today. Already trading 90% of average range. Average range is 34 points. We're at 3160. 3160 is the exact 5-day average as well, as this market continues to work its way toward 2800. 2792 right now is the current price, and we're looking at 2800 by the end of the morning here, with a shot to finish beyond that level. And again, to finish beyond that level would open up big time targets to the upside. 3000 would be a measured target here out of that compression, but we're also looking at 2905 as the 100% extension from this key range right here. So further upside ahead out of this range. Like the ES, you want to keep an eye on prices above 2800. If a strong rejection occurs up here, perhaps we drop back within the range as this large rectangular pattern continues to develop. So we need to see a strong transition through 2800, which will open up 29 and 3000 above. Looking at the YM right now also trading within a narrow range to begin the day here. 31% of ADR. A little bit of a pullback to begin the early part of the overnight and pre-market trade. Now, given the stretch of this price action here lately, this pullback could offer a near-term buying opportunity for a little bit of strength down the way. Looking for this thing to also push its way up toward the previous quarter's high. That's also the all-time highs up here. So we're looking at this thing rotating back toward the December highs. And any pullback could continue to be a buying opportunity until proven otherwise. So very solid stretch to the upside, big time strength overall. This thing has had a really good way about seeing price discovery followed by compression, and price discovery and compression. We're in a little bit of a compression phase at the moment, but any pullback could be a buy the dip opportunity as this thing stretches for the previous quarter's high. Looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin up 1.76% right now. This one is developing. This is an early signal here, but developing a modified PIMA crossover signal. That is a trend confirmed signal, which is a short-term signal designed to fire on pullbacks in an uptrend. So you can see the signal here, pullback in an uptrend, pullback, here's the signal in an uptrend, and you can see multiple of these short-term signals. So this is a good developing signal. Again, it is a signal that needs basically to stick by the end of the day for it to really fire off. But for the most part, this market has done a good job about staying in the upper half of the newly developed key range, and that would suggest an upside continuation at some point here down the way. If the midpoint is taken out at 100,000, that could open up a swing back toward the key range low. And as I've mentioned before, between 84 and 89, that provides a tremendous opportunity for a rotation back up toward 110 and likely into the 130 upside target based off of the key range. So still working higher toward the 130K target down the road. But perhaps by far the most bullish of the day right now, Ethereum. Ethereum up 4.7% right now. This thing has lagged behind Bitcoin. You could definitely see how it's been compressing at these lows as well. So it's been hugging the 3,400 level. That's also the previous year's close right there, 3,400, chopping above and below that level. And right now, it's building some energy, building tremendous amount of energy at the moment for the next big move. And the next big move could be about 900 points upon a breakout from this range. If this thing can start to push through 3,500 here, you may see a 900 point move that takes us to new all-time highs up above. Again, this key range right here would signal a target at 5,200 down the road. And any pullback, even something sub 3,000, could be a tremendous buying opportunity on a long-term basis. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops heading into the rest of the session. Happy Friday. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.